Hello, how are you doing? How have you been? And welcome to another episode of your favorite show, Insights, brought to you by ScriptThink. And we are located at number 3, Taye Kuyoro Street, Ababashorun, Elebu, Ibadan. So on today's show, I'll be discussing a very sensitive topic, a topic which involves everyone. It involves me, it involves you, it involves your lifestyle, it involves your beliefs, it involves your orientation. And on today's show, my topic is insecurity in family life. So get your juice, get your popcorn, as I will be discussing some things that are very, very important, and you also can adapt to it. Firstly, what is insecurity? What is insecurity? Insecurity is a state of uncertainty or anxiety about something, maybe about you, and it is concerned to your confidence. The state of being open to danger or threat and lack of protection. Insecurity appears in all areas of our life and comes from a variety of causes. Insecurity might be as a result of rape. It might be as a result of an experience. It might stem from a traumatic event, like I said earlier, rape, patterns or some experiences, social conditioning, and local environments such as work or home. You might be secured where insecure when you work. You might be insecure in your house. In your house, you are living with your father, your mother, your siblings, your brother. You might be even insecure in your school. Now to the main discussion of the show, which is insecurity in the family. Insecurity in the family. That is insecurity in the family. Now, people are fond of saying they don't want to have anything to do with their families. During the course of my research, before and while I was researching for this show, I asked some people, I was like, how do you relate with your family? And some people would give me some responses like, family, let them do theirs and let me do mine. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with family. I even have a friend who doesn't pick his family calls except for his parents and siblings. He doesn't want to have anything to do with his family. Why? It wasn't like this years ago, like many years ago. People were not like this. People appreciate the bond, the affection, the intimacy, the love shared amidst family. Now that people say they no longer want to be with their family, that is the love, the affection, the bond, the intimacy, communication, and all other things needed from a family to be united as one, like it's lost. An average Nigerian man believes is a witch or a wizard. Their family members. An average Nigerian believes a member of his or her family, either immediate or extended, your auntie is an enemy, your uncle is a wizard. Every member of your family is such an enemy, like you have no positive mind towards such person. So tell me, is that what family is? Do you still call your family with that kind of mentality? Do you have a family and you have that kind of belief, that kind of orientation, you let it take over you. You let it maneuver all other positive thoughts in you. Tell me, is that how they've been doing in the early 90s, late 80s? Family should always be your family. Insecurity in family life. In this age, where family members no longer give themselves regard, it's either they give no regard or they give low regard. In this age, whereby the rich family members move to classify themselves with their fellow rich family ones, like the fellow families that are of the same class. And that is why some follow the rich, while the poor follow the poor. So if you're in a family and you practice a kind of thing whereby the rich moves with the rich, the poor moves with the poor, the family has been separated. And what kind of impression do you want the poor, or maybe the children of the poor, to have in their mind? Like, this is the kind of family we have. Such family won't grow in love. They will never grow in love. That is the idea whereby one uncle will tell you, like, call me before coming. Message me before coming to my office. Like, and you call yourself families. Now, before, they say blood is thicker than water. Is blood still thicker than water? Is it still thicker than water? Whereby someone who isn't even your blood prefers to help you than your own family members. In an age where father rapes his own, where uncles rapes their nieces and their little, where family members use blood as ritual and for ritual, where family competes and pray for other downfalls, like they pray for other families' downfall. An age whereby families now compete. They compete like it is always a competition. If mommy BC buys car this month, then daddy Yayo must buy car the next month or few months later. Like, family shouldn't be about competition. It shouldn't be centered on competition. And it is when you feel insecure, you will have that kind of feeling like, okay, it is a competition. Let's start competing. Who is richer? Who is poorer? Insecurity in family life. If you are secure, like, okay, we are one family, we are together, you will never have such kind of belief or mentality. All right, I'll be going on a short break right now. Go nowhere, I'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still your favorite show, Insights, from the stable of ScripthinkTV. Now, I was discussing insecurity in family life, and as I was saying, I was discussing people's belief regarding insecurity in family life. And while I was making my research for this program, I asked some friends, some colleagues, their beliefs regarding family, and some replies were like, "Tishu any better, I'm out for war bone." Like, when I am okay, when I'm where I'm not used to be, at least I should keep it away from families and I should stop visiting family. And some would tell me, "Mutiyowo kuro loro family," meaning I am no longer involved in family matters. and they might choose to distance themselves from extended family and cling to the immediate ones. But that kind of chain might continue in generations to come. Because if let me use myself as an example. If I conclude I won't be moving with my extended families and I center myself on my immediate family. Now, later on, when my family start growing, that is my immediate families, or my siblings start having their own children, when I start having my children, don't you think that kind of mentality I and my siblings have had for a long time, don't you think we won't create such in our children's mind? And what even gives us the assurance that our children won't grow up with such mentality? That our children won't wake up and say, okay, when my parents were young or when they were still alive, they didn't do much with family, they didn't interrupt with family, so I have to be on my own. So let me also center on my immediate family. So our children too, they might not really relate with each other. They might want to follow our leader and rules. And talking about insecurity in family, it is not the first time whereby we hear it on radio, whereby we hear it on TV, and they start complaining that my family did this, she killed my child, she killed my mother, stepmother did something evil to her stepdaughter, stepfather did something evil to his own stepdaughter. So this kind of thing has been in this world like since a very long time, but the way it is right now it is getting too much, and that's why people have grown with such belief that they never want to do anything with the family. So on this show, I'll be discussing the causes of insecurity in family life, the effects, and the preventive measure, like things that can be done to prevent such. Now, talking about real life story, I know a real life story. I know of a friend. Let me not say a friend, not really a friend per se, because I do not know the person directly. It's really a real life story, and anytime the person thinks of it, it's really hurts him, like it's hurts him to the brain. Let me say to the brain, because when you feel so hurt to the brain, it affects you emotionally. And talking about insecurity in family life, it might eventually affect your work, it might affect your orientation. So this person grew up in his family, and along the line, this person was so used to his extended families. So along the line, he got what he wasn't expecting at all. His own auntie was such a devil, like let me say a devil incarnate, and what happened wasn't something he could write home about. Like, he got sacked at work, and it was the work of his auntie. I mean, how can you be calling someone your auntie, and just because your auntie has an upper hand at where you work, the auntie used that opportunity to bring you down just because she wanted her own children to take your space? An aunt that acts like an angel when you are together and like a devil when you are no longer together. They say charity begins at home. In an age where people choose to spend and help strangers rather than family members, these days people now choose to help friends, like they no longer want to have anything to do with family. How did this start? What led to this? Is this how it will continue till generations, like generations to come? On this show, I will be discussing the causes. And let me start with the causes. There is always an experience that prompts such decision. And that is why I mentioned like experiences like rape. People conclude to have such due to personal experience or what they've heard. Now, the causes of insecurity in family life, we have betrayal. That is violation of person's trust or confidence. Violation of person's trust. When you so much believe in someone, when you see that person as an angel, like as a guardian angel, and eventually you got to realize that this person is your enemy, your number one enemy, someone that doesn't even want you to excel at all. Is that person still your family? That is why betrayal is the number one on the list. When people feel betrayed, they want everything to end at that point they got to know. Now, this is misinterpreting the truth. In this life, not even talking about life, not to talk about families, people prefer to talk to their family than maybe their friends. But since family is no longer what it used to be, family now, they pretend like the deceit is too much. They just pretend to get the truth from you. They like to get the truth from you. They pretend to get the truth from you. Envy is another cause of insecurity. Like in families now where they envy themselves. Like talking about siblings. In a family whereby, let's say the firstborn kids are doing very well and the secondborn kids are not doing very well. What do you think the firstborn kids, what do you think the secondborn kids would do? Envy. That is when envy sets in. And whenever envy sets in, the intentions behind envy is a very bad thing. Like you would always choose to have bad plans, evil plans against the person you are envying. So envy is such a determinant to insecurity. Rivalry. Rivalry is another case on its own because rivalry leads to quarrels in the family. It leads to quarrel in the family. Competitions of the same objectives or the superiority in the field. That is when some people fight for Olori Ebi position in the family. Olori Ebi position that they are not collecting salary. They are not collecting anything, no car, no allowance, and they keep fighting for this Olori Ebi title. Some will start fighting for big mommy title, small mommy title. Like, call me big mommy, call me second big mommy, call me third big mommy. Like these days, you don't even dare to call your auntie like mommy auntie, mommy BC. Mommy BC will say, call me mommy auntie BC. Like, the competition is too much. That is why they just say, okay, this rivalry of a thing. If, let's say, cousins are the same age or one is like 2 months older than the other, they believe they are not even mates. So it is, and you know, as cousins or as age mates, you might be, one might be 2 months older than the other or maybe 3 months older than the other. So the kids might not just see it as a big deal, but due to the rivalry, the parents will make sure something big enters that matter. Like, she's not your mate. She's not your mate. She needs to be calling you auntie. She needs to be calling you sister. 2 days isn't a big deal. Even if it is 1 hour, sister would always be sister. Older sisters would always be older sisters. Another cause of insecurity in family life is rape. Rape. Like right now, let's not talk about what is going on in the country. Right now, I don't feel insecure leaving my own children for my uncle or my brother or my so-called my distant cousin. Why? Though I don't have a kid here too, but that is everyone's belief. Like, it's everyone's belief. You feel insecure. You really don't have that trust anymore. The trust is lost. The trust is gone. And child discipline is another thing. That is when parents keep fighting for their children, even when children don't mind. It is mommy Buki that would know that the children of Mrs. Lagbaja, they are very, very rude. And it is that mommy Buki's children, all she knows is to talk about her siblings' children, whereas she's not training her own children in the right way. But I believe is that she's training her own children in the right way, and her siblings' children are the rude ones. So all these things really, it causes issues in the family. It causes issues. And if you are listening to me, I am very sure you must have had an experience regarding one of the causes I've stated, and to the effect of insecurity in family life. It changes victim orientation or belief. Such victim orientation and belief changes when a person has an experience regarding insecurity in family life, it changes everything. That person loses trust in family. And when you lose trust in family, like, it would be very, very hard for you to trust a friend, for you to trust maybe a doctor. It would be hard for you to trust anyone, because the belief is that your family is the closest to you. Like, your family understands you. Your family will keep your secrets. So it makes people change their orientation and belief. Then it generates to other types of insecurity. And the other types of insecurity are relationship insecurity, social insecurity, job insecurity, emotional insecurity, because such person had experienced something that he or she can never get over. If I have an experience regarding insecurity in my family, you don't expect me to still feel secured in my job. I'll be like, so far my aunt has done this to me. Why can't my boss do this to me? So far my sister has done this to me. Why can't I do this to me? And why can't she do this to me? And that will be the end of today's program. So join me next week as I will be bringing another exciting topic to your hearing. Till then, bye.